What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to The Last of Us Part 2. So, last episode, we killed our unfortunate gamer girl, and we got through the sewers, and it's always the subway stations and the sewers. They're always, like, shitty in these games. I mean shitty in a good way, not in a bad way. I mean shitty like you get jumped on and have to run away from a bunch of shit. In this episode, I'm gonna dive on into the hospital, hopefully, and get us some revenge. I believe Nora is the one we're looking for in the hospital.
The word is we're almost wrapped up.
Good. I got my girl waiting for me at the bar.
You shitting me? They put you with Joe again?
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do. Oh, this is not fair.
I'm telling you, man. Data soldier. It makes these shifts so much easier.
Easy! We're under attack! Think it came from back there!
Fan out! Check the whole courtyard! Someone must have slipped past.
It's Harry! Lee! It came from that direction! Got a trespasser! Here! Here! Go get her, boy! Get her!
I did not notice the puppy right there. Oh, I'm dead. I'm cooked. Yeah. I tried to get out of the way of that. That went really good stealth-wise, too. Right up until the end. Fuck. The dogs, man.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer. Stairs.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, you hear why we're all fucker?
Ambush! Ambush! Think it came from over there!
Gotcha. What?
Where do I get the dog?
It's Lee! Got a trespasser!
I saw you back there, asshole. I saw you.
I got her!
Shit!
That was rude. You like to throw that bullshit at me again? Oh, I see. You think you're sneaky.
You're down!
Wow.
Fan out! Check the entire courtyard! Don't let her escape!
That sounded like the voice actor for V from Cyberpunk 2077. Sorry, V. I got a city to burn. Definitely not gone. You're about to be though. Well, so far so good. Minus the death to the puppy.
Find her and bring her down!
Where the hell are you yapping from? That's where you are, okay. Well, that's not the voice that I heard yelling orders. The voice I heard yelling orders is a woman. They're in that room. I'm gonna save some of my arrows. Well, the WLF are having a bad day today, huh? That's very satisfying to me. Honestly think the WLF might be one of my most hated factions in video game history.
Fuck off.
Agreed. I know there's more. Yeah, your friends are dead. Be like that. I'll take the chocolate bar. Fuck. You ruined it for me right at the end. We're on some Rainbow Six Tom Clancy shit right there for a second. Alright, let's take a look and loot this place proper now that they're all dead. Definitely a fan of the bow and arrow. That shit is nasty. Now that we got the draw speed increase, you can get an arrow out of that so fast. It took way too long to knock before. We're at a point now where we can kind of get that popped off before they even have a chance to shoot. We get the shot off like right as they're still trying to get things spiced up for us. So I just did realize that I'm in the midst of me getting carried away in that bloodbath, I actually don't know where I'm supposed to go, but I am going to check this lookout. I was going to say, I remember killing somebody up here. And I guess I could have dropped it in. Or I could have gone around the side in the little window. I like checking to see what options I had in different encounters. And to see what the developers made for us in terms of a sandbox. I find that kind of stuff interesting, honestly. But this is the hospital. We are where we're meant to be. We just need to find the way to go.
What now?
You know what makes me happy? The amount of Abby's friends we've completely fucking bodied here. It's a lot. Yeah, we've dropped a whole bunch of her friends like bad habits. But it was worth it killing Joel, you bitch. Because now you get to deal with the consequences. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Make a silencer. We'll get on everything else. What are you doing here in this hospital? Are you patrolling? Are you here for something specific? Supply list. Musts. Alcohol swabs, iodine swabs, woven gauze bandages, muslin bandages, latex gloves, face masks, morphine, naloxone, bandages, safety pins, gel burn dressing, blankets, if available, intravenous infusion kits, hemostatic dressings, blood pressure cuff, antibiotics, stretchers, trauma shears, rapid application splints, open chest surgery seals, tube airway. Be sure to dig into the corners of the second floor. There are still rooms we haven't opened that might have things worth taking. Don't go near the lower levels, Sam. Why aren't we going near the lower levels? What is in the lower levels that we're so afraid of?
That you, Nora?
I mean, he has good taste. I give it that. Some Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day. Pretty good song. He has taste. The Top Gun. I gotta be so for real.
What the fuck was Abby here?
He could have totally just clapped her through the vent right here.
When Isaac talks to us about this, I'm gonna say what I think happened.
Knock yourself out. I've got work to do.
Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
So Abby is a wall runner. Easy, Ellie. Maybe getting a Die Hard on her now, huh? Crawling through vents and shit. I figured they would have run away down the... Wasn't Nora in this room? Yeah, Nora was in this room. How the hell did she get out of this fucking door? Whatever, I was thinking, I don't think it matters. That's my brain criticizing things. We got 84 pills, smoke bombs, health kits. Stealth kills are faster and keep a lower profile. There's some mode range. Hold breath. Craft more arrows. Improve chip mines, improve molotovs. Yeah, I want the improved mollies. We use molotovs a lot. To mode range. We'll save up to get this the stealth tree cleaned up next, I think.
Don't scream. Put that shit down. You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
What do you want?
Abby was here earlier. Where'd she go?
I don't know. You shoot me. The sound will have every soldier come running.
You'll still be dead. Tell me where she went and I'll think about letting you go.
We could have killed you.
Maybe you should have.
That's about the gist of it.
You should have stayed the fuck out of Jackson.
Both.
Where's Abby?
We could have killed you, as if that's supposed to afford some kind of
Still hear the
mercy.
screams?
You beat my fucking father to death in his sleep.
What?
Well, not in his sleep. You beat him to death vindictively.
I hear them every night. Yeah. Yeah, that little bitch got what he deserved.
I would have just shot her dead right there.
Fucking
Ah! Trespasser! Somebody, please!
Who gives a fuck? I'd have just shot her dead right there.
Nora! You can't escape this!
No fucks given. As soon as she said that little bitch got what he deserved, I would have just cooked her.
Damn it! Shoot her!
You shoot me. His name was Joel. Remember that.
God damn it!
Well, what's wrong? You're not having fun, Nora? He's a little bitch, right? And got what he deserved. I'll keep that in mind.
Got you! Come on!
Throw down your weapons!
Not that my weapons.
No, wait.
No, please! Back up!
Put your gun down!
You can walk away from this, okay? I can...
Shut the fuck up!
Gun down! Hands up!
Get back!
You have nowhere to go.
Well, I do. He doesn't. But those spores taste, Nora. You like the way that feels?
Figure out!
Matt's gone!
You like the way the infection feels? I hope you do.
What the fuck's the power doing on?
Doesn't matter. Find the trespasser.
WLF. Fucking bums. You want it too? You want to die? You want to join your friends? Happy to oblige. Well, Nora, your friends are looking a little crispy. You want to come out and try and help? Not like you have anything to lose. You breathing in all these spores like it's fucking cotton candy. Maybe you want to have a conversation with me now. I remember when you said that little bitch got what he deserved. I don't need to keep that in mind. I want you to think about that statement during your final moments. I want you to understand the ramifications of your actions. Only wish he were here to watch. Hopefully, wherever Joel is, he's gonna be looking down on this and enjoying the show.
Okay. Where'd you go?
She sounds like she's enjoying her time down here, doesn't she? That's a satisfying noise. What's wrong, Nora? Seem like you're struggling a little. You hear screams every night, right? With pleasure. Hmm?
Hi, Nora.
Oh God. Oh God.
I want you to keep that in mind, too. He's like, yeah, I hear her screams every night. It's amazing. She really likes it. She really likes that she hears her screams every night, right? She thinks it's cool. Yeah, that little bitch got what he deserved. I hear it every night. Him screaming over and over and over again. Do you hear it too? You're the kind of sadistic fucks we're dealing with here. I have no mercy, pity, or any sympathy for this at all. I hope you die slow, bitch. You and the rest of your friends. Well, that was a swing and a miss, wasn't it? You look like you're enjoying your time a lot.
Where's Abby?
You're breathing spores. You're her.
You Firefly?
There are no fireflies anymore.
Good. I'm happy to clean up the rest.
Where's Abby?
I'm fucking dead anyway. Why would I tell you anything?
Because I can make it quick. Or I can make it so much worse.
Think about what he did. How many people are dead because of him?
How many people are dead because of you? How many people have you killed? How many people have you starved out? How many Fedra agents did your shit kickers kill, huh?
I'm not giving up, my friend.
How many people died in the QZ when you overthrew it all? Joel removing the ability for a cure that might not even exist doesn't directly murder fucking anybody. It just stops you from turning if you breathe spores or get bitten. It doesn't change anything. He is responsible for just as much bullshit as Joel, maybe more. Think of how many people are dead because of him. What the fuck do you mean? They were gonna get Joel killed, and they were gonna kill a 14-year-old girl while she was unconscious for something that wasn't even a guarantee. You thought about that, Nora? You thought about all the people that are dead because of you, and your people, and your kind? What about the Fireflies, the WLF? That's all her kind. That's all her people. How many people are dead because of that? Think of all the people that are dead because of him. He was in Jackson, and he saved Abby. He saved her fucking life. He's out here saving people now. Because he killed your terrorist friends doesn't mean anything. They were gonna murder a child and renege on the deal, and then they were gonna use that
You okay?
to extort Fedra and the rest of the planet into doing as they were told. And that still doesn't clean up the bandits or the infected. Just because a clicker can't turn you by scratching you doesn't mean it can't tear your fucking throat out. What about the bandits and the hunters and everybody else? That solves nothing. The cure solves nothing. It just makes the terrorists have a position of power to negotiate and extort the rest of the factions in the world into doing their bidding. And what do you think would have happened when Fedra surrendered? We already know what happens when Fedra surrender for the QZs that have been shown. They would all been hung in the town fucking square. They would have strung them all up like fucking marionettes. How many people are dead because of Joel? Kiss my ass. And the rest of your friends will join you soon enough.
Arms up.
I understand that this is rough stuff. Like, Ellie gallivanting across the city, slaughtering and interrogating people is not necessarily good for her.
I made her talk.
But if Ellie's revenge cycle is bad, then why isn't Abby's? Why is Abby justified in what she did? The sadistically torturing man. Why is what she did okay, if Ellie is to be condemned? Why wasn't the cycle of revenge bad when Abby trekked across the country 20 years after her fucking father died to brutally murder and torture somebody who's living a good life now? If one is justified, then so is the other. Why were the Fireflies justified in murdering Ellie before she woke up? And if they were justified in doing that, then why is Joel not justified to save her life? There's no real consistency in what this game is trying to tell you at all. Then what, violence begets violence, I guess, but what's the rest? Is this the Firefly Hospital? It looks like it.
Left a lot of stuff behind.
It is the Firefly Hospital. What are we doing back here, Ellie? What are you after? Doesn't really serve a purpose.
What is this?
That is them. The growth is clearly mutated. Let's see if the test results corroborate our theory. This is big. This is them explaining how they were gonna take your life. Without your consent, by the way. Which is very important. You did not consent. If they woke Ellie up and said, do you want to do this? You're gonna die for it? And she said yes. I'm very okay with that. By this time tomorrow, we will have altered the course of history, Jay. Yeah, if that's the way that works, they wake her up and she's like, yeah, do it, I want to save the world. Put me under, I'm okay with not waking up. Then I'm okay with that. But that's not what happened, is it? They kept her unconscious after they found her from the sewers with Joel. They gun-bunted Joel and knocked him the fuck out. And instead of waking Ellie up, they did CPR to save her, took her straight to surgery, didn't wake her up. They were just gonna smoke her, scoop her brain out, Call it a day. No consent, no final goodbyes, no final say, no last meal, none of that stuff. And the reason why that's so important is because right before Joel and Ellie come to this hospital in the first game, she says, whatever you want to do, after we do this, I'll do. I'll go back to Jackson with you, we can be sheep farmers. I want to be with you after this. So Ellie and Joel were both very much under the impression that there's an after. Even more important that Ellie thought there was an after, because it's her life on the line. They didn't ask. They didn't ask, they didn't wake her up, they just took advantage. And then not only that, but they put a gun in Joel's face and told him to get the fuck out with no weapons or rations. They just kicked him out. They didn't even do the deal. The deal that was set up at the start of the first game was for a boatload of guns and ammo. So even if Joel hadn't gotten attached to Ellie, he still wouldn't have gotten what he originally was supposed to. Because they're rats. And those double-crossing bastards, those pieces of shit, those are the people that you trust to save the world and do so elegantly. Like they wouldn't have just executed all of Fedra and kept the cure for themselves and the people who would do as they were told and let the rest burn to ash. Those people are just the ultimate trust, right? No matter what, it's gotta be true. The Fireflies said they think it's a good idea, so then Joel's just a serial killer. He's responsible for it all. Basically nuked the world. Fucking absurdity. Oh good, I wonder what kind of bullshit's gonna be peddled in this.
People have left already. I don't know which group I'm gonna join. I was one of the ones that wanted to go after the smuggler and the girl. They said, even if we found her or by some miracle found someone else that's immune, it'd make no difference. Because the only person who could develop a vaccine is dead. Or by some miracle found someone else that's immune, it'd make no difference. Found someone else that's immune. It'd make no difference. Because the only person...
Ellie! Come here. What the hell are you thinking? Running off in the middle of the night like that. You talk to me. You don't just leave me a goddamn note.
Tell me what happened here. If you lie to me one more time, I'm gone. You will never see me again. But if you tell me the truth, I'll go back to Jackson. No matter what it is. Just say it. Joel.
Making a vaccine. Would have killed you.
You want to expand on that a little?
So I stopped them.
Would you like to explain things a little? Yeah. Would you like to expand on that at all? I can pause here, right? But here's what annoys me about this. That is not what Joel would say. Joel wouldn't just. They basically just had him say they were gonna save the world, so I killed them all. Like that's not what happened, Joel. Why don't you tell them about how they didn't wake her up? How about how they pistol whipped you when they found you both? How about how they told you to fuck off and put a gun in your face and said, "Time to die, bitch. You don't have a say in this. Neither does she." You tell them about any of that, Joel. Why don't you explain to her about Fedra and how they would have strung them all up from the fucking like rafters as soon as they had the vaccine? How about you tell her how unlikely the existence of a vaccine would be, so you'd be dying for a chance, not an actual thing, a chance. Why don't you tell her any of this, Joel? Would you like to explain any of that to her? Would you like to explain the shadiness of Fireflies and how they reneged on their deal with you and told you to get the fuck out? Literally just anything. You want to tell her that you love her, maybe? And that you just couldn't face losing her after Sarah? And explain all the other things that happened? Or are you just going to leave it at that? He's just going to leave it at, they were going to save the world, so I killed everybody. That's your explanation? Of course. That's not really what Joel would say. That's not really what anybody would say. They just have him be stupid here because it fits the fucking narrative for him to just not explain himself. Because now she gets to be mad and tell him to fuck off, right? And now we get this like regretful montage of like, oh, well, the last time we saw each other, I told him to piss off. And now I'll never get a chance to repair that. But like, nobody is acting like they would act here. So what are we doing?
Oh my god.
Literally just say something, Joel. Anything. Literally anything.
Don't you fucking touch me!
Do you want to say something?
I'll go back. But we're done.
Literally anything, Joel. Any kind of perspective. Really? You just leave it at that? Okay, well. The genius of Neil fucking Druckmann, everybody. It's funny too, because is that really how the writers of this game see that? And is that really how the fans of this game see what happened? Is that how they see it? That he was just like, oh, we can't have anybody saving the world. Time for you all to die. Like, is that really how people see the events of The Last of Us Part 1? Is that how people think happened? Because Jesus, the comprehension skills, if that's the case. And like anybody who thinks that Joel made the wrong decision there, I have a lot of questions that I would pose about that. So, do you think it's acceptable to perform a lethal surgery on a 14-year-old girl without her consent or knowledge? Is that something that you think is acceptable? Well, like, is that, just that on its own, is that a deal breaker for anybody? That you would take this 14-year-old girl who thinks she has a future and a life ahead of her, and you just kill her in her sleep without her consent or knowledge? Because if that in itself doesn't kind of make you pause for a second, then there's something wrong with your brain, I think. And then what about the rest of the stuff? What about Joel just kicking him out with no food, no water, no guns, and expecting him to walk his happy ass all the way back across the country to get back to Jackson? Completely unarmed and defenseless. That doesn't give anybody pause. Well, of course, Joel doesn't bring up any of this either. It's just, yeah. They were gonna save the world, so I killed them. Womp womp. It's not what anybody would say. It's not what he would say. It's not. Even the people who defend this game wouldn't say that. And and Joel just, I don't know. Joel isn't Joel because they need shit to happen so they can make sense of their shitty narrative, obviously. That cutscene in particular is one of the ones that really bother me in this game because he's just completely devoid of any agency. They rid him to be a fool because they wanted the big dramatic scene where she tells him to fuck off. And it's the same as the start, man. Joel doesn't act like Joel and when he dies either, because of course they need the big payoff where he gets like shock horror brutally murdered at the start so they can have like full emotional investment. But they didn't earn that, and they couldn't be bothered to figure out a way to write that in a way that earns that, so they just had him act like a fucking idiot so he could just walk into the enemy stronghold. All this stuff needs way more time in the oven to make sense, and way more time on the writer's block so they can try and make this shit just make sense in some kind of way. Like, they need to have Abby hesitate, and we need more time with Abby before she even gets to Joel. We need more time with Ellie and Joel before any of that goes down. We need Abby and the WLF to have a sensical way of getting Joel, not a series of like 16 unfortunate events. Of course, we already went over that though. This just needs more time in the oven. We need Abby to like infiltrate Jackson as a survivor when Joel saves her or something, and bide her time and go out on runs, and they develop a relationship, and then over time maybe they go out, and then imagine the moral dilemma for Abby. It's like, oh my god, this dude saved my life. I actually kind of like this guy, but you killed my father, and now you gotta go. Imagine the impact of something like that, instead of like, oh well, you're a stupid old man, die. Like, come on. Anyways, we've been going for like 41.5 minutes, so that is going to be where I'll wrap this one up. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel and you appreciate what I do here, please do check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more The Last of Us Part 2. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.